Hi, I want to do a quick video on the upcoming slideshow for kindergarten and first graders. They don't use a slideshow program like PowerPoint or Google Docs. They use the one built into Windows and maybe Apple also. I'd like some feedback from y'all on using it in Apple, but I'll show you in Windows because I know everything in Windows in PCs is harder than it is in Apples. So in a PC, that's the slideshow kindergarten and first graders use for open house, and it works magnificently. They love it. It looks so professional to them and their parents, and the parents come in talking about what's this slideshow my child's doing, and they get all excited to see how great it looks. And it does scaffold for next year, second grade, when they're going to use the PowerPoint or Google Docs. Google the Google apps for their slideshow. So it scaffolds that learning and prepares them for that next step. So let's say you use Paint and you just drew another picture that you're not printing out, you're not making available to parents. The students are making it themselves and saving it as a surprise for open house. If students go here and just click save, it'll default and you'll see it saves as a PNG file, which is perfectly fine. For kindergartners, that's probably your best bet, to just go like that, to let them go file, save, then call it neighborhood hood. I do because that's nice and short for kindergartners. First graders, you can put neighborhood, and they're the only ones you'd be doing this with. But first graders could be a little more complicated. And you might even point out to first graders that PNG extension. Okay, so, and oops, no, I don't want to replace it. Let's put a second one in there. They won't get that probably, but they might. And if they do get that ping, tell them what it means. You're about to overwrite another one. So let's call it, because they might leave the title as untitled. Then yes, put a title in and let's rename it correctly. Okay, so there's my picture. It's saved. Now, when I want to do that slideshow, or in students' case, I start this a little earlier. I say, let's go look and see if you have all the pictures you need for your slideshow. So we start with the start button. We go to computer. We go to wherever their drive is, and you probably have this drive set up right here. K-5 students or kindergarten files or first grade files, whatever it is, you probably have it right here because you mapped the network drive to appear here. Now I don't have it, so I'm going to have to drill through and find it. But just ignore me while I'm doing this. So where am I going? I'm going down to SM sample. I'm going to kindergarten. I'm going to, okay, and then they'll be here. So I'm in kindergarten, and then they'll know, go there. Then they'll find their teacher, and they hopefully can find their teacher's name. By this point in the year, I'm sure they can. Earlier in the year, it's a little challenging. So here, okay, there's my teacher. And then I'm going to go to, I think I'm student 3, but it could be sample student. It could be any number of these. If you have kindergarten and you have all and the teacher has 36 students, you're going to have a long list here. But I think, let's see, did I put it under 3? No, I didn't. So I think I put it under sample student. Ah, there we go. So then we can look. And I do this with students. Let's go look and see if you have all your files. And I should go through it with them. We do it a step at a time, and they go exactly slowly along with me to get to exactly where they're going. Once they get to here, they'll go, oh yeah, I know my teacher. I know my teacher. Oh yeah, I know my name. I know, I can do my name. And they'll be off. And then they'll see these and they'll go, okay. And I'll tell them to look for whatever the names are that they're looking for. This, when it's like this, and if this shows up on my smart screen with students, I will say, this means you saved it in KidPix, but you didn't export it. So it won't be able to show in your file folder, in your slideshow. But all you have to do is double click it, open it, and then do File Export in KidPix. Now, if you don't have KidPix, don't worry about it. Obviously, that won't show up. Most of the other drawing programs have something like this. I'm not sure about Pixie. Someone let me know if Pixie has that. So there's all their drawings they want. So let's say, okay, we've done this, and we do this a couple weeks as we're finishing up the drawings so that they get used to going into start button, computer, the drive, find their folder, the drive which would already be there because yours is simpler than mine. The drive which will put us on kindergarten, and then they'll go into teacher and their name. So they get used to doing this. We check every week. Okay, let's see if all your drawings are in there, and they'll look. So now they've really gotten a lot of practice to prepare for the open house. When it comes to open house, we're going to practice running this. Very simple. All you do is double click a picture. There it is. There's the, and I clicked outside of it to get the picture to show up like this. And there's your slideshow right down there. If I click that, it's going to start it immediately. I have a couple editing tools here, but I don't really talk about any of these with students. I just say click that, and now we're off and running. And then their slideshow runs, which is pretty impressive. You don't do it for them. The less you do for them, the more they feel they know. So you just go for it. Let them do their thing. All right. That is it. Now that was pretty quick. So if I rushed over any parts that you need clarification on, feel free to leave me a note in our discussion board and I'll answer it. I'll either redo the video if we need to, or I'll just address it for you, whichever works better. All right, guys, that's it. Let's go back here because it's a prettier ending. Have a great week and enjoy this project. Bye.